Everything in here is from reclaimed wood. I would go scrounge and I would find these pieces to make these items. Total cost in here, $1,000.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my next video. Today we're going to be Mike. How are you, Mike?
I am doing well. How about you, Bob?
And you're in this nice older Dodge van.
Mm-hmm.
And how long have you been on the road?
I've actually been living in a vehicle for about 6 years now, ranging anywhere from when I first started, which was my 1994 Ford Ranger, was living in that in the back with a shell, and up until modern times, which is it, which is a van. I've only had this van now for about 3 months.
Right. Cool. Yeah, those old Dodges are great vans.
Yeah, they're not going to win any speed records, I can tell you that.
No.
But yeah, they just keep chugging along.
6 years ago, when you first moved into the vehicle, what was your motivation?
Military service was only like 4 years prior to that when I left military service. And I just could not quite adapt again to civilian life. So it would be approximately 22 years. And so after I got out and was doing that, I was working at a warehouse distribution center for a auto parts company. That's basically what happened was I just lost faith in the civilian side because I just saw my rent. I was living in a condo and my rent had to go from $735 and it jumped all the way up to $1,100. And I was just like, at my wage, which then was only $14.35, I wouldn't be able, eventually it will catch up to me. I didn't want to be old and sitting back in a rocking chair wishing I had done something. So I just went out there. And my first experience was Route 66.
So after this time living in your vehicle, what do you think?
Throughout all the iterations of all the different vehicles I've lived in, which has been about 5 of them already, now I'm loving it. I recently left my job, and now it's just traveling the country, but I am loving it. I am enjoying it. And of course, you know, I did my due diligence in studying Bob Wells, as well as some other YouTubers.
Okay, well, can we take a look around at your rig, see what you're doing?
Yes, we certainly can.
Let's do that.
All right. Okay. It's a 1989 Dodge B250 with a 315 engine and a 3-speed transmission. It doesn't have overdrive. So like I said, I'm not going to win any land records. I picked this up at with 113,000 miles on it.
Nice.
And so I've got at least another 150,000 available to me.
Yes.
So, but yeah, that's what it is. It was originally a conversion van,
right,
with a bunch of seats in it and a small little table. But the previous owner of it, who also was a YouTuber, she had ripped it out, and then I basically ripped out her stuff. So this thing's been around.
Right. So, and now you've got it just the way you want it.
Right. In fact, I've actually just today, as I was coming here, I actually have a name for it, and that is the Lazy Boy.
The Lazy Boy. There you go.
Because I've got the captain's chair that turns around, and there's enough room in there because I'm a minimalist. I don't have a lot of stuff.
So tell us how you laid this out.
Okay. Well, this is what I call the lounge. When I was a kid, I was really big into Transformers, the animated series, and so everything has like a dual purpose. So yes, I live in this, but as you can see, I'm sitting in my captain's chair. You can lounge right there, whereas I can lounge right here, or I can sit on the bed. I can also have a third person in the driver's seat because it swivels as well.
Nice.
I have a nice little table here for drinks or cards. Cody seems to love it.
Yeah.
And, you know, to me, it's actually a little cramped still, but not as cramped as I've seen other vans.
Right.
So like I said, I'm a minimalist. This right here, this table right here, I came up with the idea, and my friend, whose name is Redneck Terry, okay, he actually goes by that name, he helped me build it. So, but this table will actually pop out, move this out of the way, will actually pop out here and here. And it can actually go outside. It weighs about 8 pounds.
Nice.
And so it has a nice little drawer for, this is what I use for YouTube. This is how I build my videos. It's just a tablet. And then you can actually recognize this?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I got a beef with you, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. A lot of these gadgets is because of your channel.
Uh-oh.
You cost me a lot of money.
Yes. But it's sure nice to be able to cook.
Oh, yes. So we have the cutting board, and the cutting board fits exactly here. You can have the campfire or the stove right here, and you can do your prep right here.
Nice.
Or you can lay down a drink. I am a photographer, so that's my camera bag for my digital photography. I also am a film photographer, and I collect antique cameras. I have, again, a Bob gadget. This has been working out. This is a misting fan. It'll last about 8 hours, and the mister will last about 6 hours. Just recently installed the ceiling vent, and this was a game changer.
Yes. On a hot day, that's a big
especially in these vans, because we have this little bow right here that it just pulls all the heat right up in here. And when it does that, obviously it's going to get stuffy and stagnant and all that. So I needed a way to vent it out, and this was perfect. I carry 12 gallons of water, usually more than that in other containers. With, again, I'm like a gadget man now with one of those things right there. So I'm into LP vinyls. On my channel, I will pick up a vinyl from the thrift store, and it'll be either something I know or don't know. So I'm open, and what I'll do is I'll actually on a live channel, or on my channel, I will actually play it and I will talk about it. You know, whatever genre I happen to come into is whatever genre. But so, and it runs off a USB.
Nice.
So a little brick.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yeah. You can pick them up for like 40 bucks.
Really?
On Amazon.
How about that?
So, let's see. I've got enough food storage for about 2 to 3 weeks, depending. I do have myself a small little refrigerator that is, I believe, 16 liters, I guess they call it.
That's a little one.
It's a little one. But with that power station right there, I can power it for a week on a full charge.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
So I found that the smaller your refrigerator is, the easier it is to just keep everything cool or even frozen.
So are you going to have solar?
I do. I have only a 100 watt solar panel right now, but it seems to be doing fine. The battery is right there in the back behind the power supply. I really haven't dialed in my solar yet, and I'm looking into further going along, or further.
It's in progress.
It's in progress.
Yeah.
Yes.
Most of them are.
Right. And that's the other thing that I've noticed that's really cool about nomad life, or the nomadic life, is that your rigs will always be in flux.
Yeah.
You know, and from somebody like me whose mind needs to be challenged or always trying to find a better way to do things, it's perfect. A member of your audience ever decides to get an older vehicle like this, there will be some maintenance issues that you're going to have to expect from, as opposed to a newer van, quite obvious. But especially on the interior, I've got burlap right now because it's in the middle of construction. I mean, it looks nice, but I've got some things going. But in here, there's a bunch of disintegrated insulation, the red insulation, and unfortunately, that is actually very toxic. So that's why I haven't cut this down yet, because I need to actually need to vacuum it out before I change this into this. Bed, standard bed like everyone else. So high storage underneath. The thing that I can also mention is that everything in here is from reclaimed wood. So pallets, old furniture that I found on the side of the road. Basically, Terry would say, "This is what I'm looking for. This is what I need," and I would just go. Sorry to say, I would go scrounge at all the bulk junk piles that people leave in front of their house, and I would find these pieces to make these items. Total cost in here to make, if something were to happen, something catastrophic were to happen inside, minus the van, I would be out $1,000.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Including the solar and electronics?
I'm afraid so, yes.
Yeah, man, that is an incredible deal.
Yeah.
Because the bulk of that was probably the electronics.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it wasn't for somebody with all the gadgets on his channel.
You'd still have more money.
Probably. But it's just money.
You're retired and put in 22 years.
Yes, I did.
That's impressive. Serving our country. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Now, how are you showering and going to the bathroom?
Oh, yeah. I should have been prepared for these questions, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I do have a bucket that's sitting right behind you. We don't need to see that, right?
No.
Okay.
Seen one, you've seen them all.
Right. Yeah. It's just a different bucket every day, right? So as for showering, because I do a lot of sticking around the cities, I do have a gym membership. But when I'm out in the sticks, I have another gadget.
Oh, uh-huh.
You just pump this up, and you can have the mist, or like that.
So that's just a cap that goes on a standard Nalgene.
Basically, yep.
And you got that on Amazon or as a unit?
No, as a unit on Amazon, but you can. It does work on other.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's just a standard Nalgene.
It is.
Cap.
Yep. And it was on Amazon. It was $20.
Nice.
And it was at the RTR this year that I saw that was shown to me. And I saw that, and I was like, "That's great." I mean, I could use my little sprayers, which like you used to do. You know these.
Yeah.
I could do that, but and I still do occasionally when it's just a light thing. But I do sponge bathe.
Sure.
You know, but that thing has been a lifesaver, and I keep my hair pretty short. So.
Right.
But yeah, that's how I shower.
That's a nice floor.
Okay, so there is a story behind this floor. A friend of mine, he's Dave. He basically his house flooded 13 years ago. He had this wood. He was trying to figure out what to do with it, and then I came along. So I saw it. I installed it. But this is basically reclaimed wood from a house that was flooded about 1989-ish. So it almost fits the van perfectly.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I don't know. I just like the look of it.
Yeah.
I like rustic look. I thought this was kind of funny, so I picked this up on Amazon. Okay, so this is just a standard garage. You know, I've got my tools. I'm not a mechanic, but I'm mechanically inclined. So always have a book.
Right.
Always have your books. You can't always rely on having the ability of looking up anything on the internet.
Right.
So this all here is my cold weather gear because, like Bob has said, it gets cold out here.
It does.
Even in the summer. So I've got my compact sleeping bag and some cold weather gear right here stuffed in the back on the side. I've got my Dutch oven.
Oh yeah.
Right here. There's nothing's better than a Dutch oven on a fire. Extra cushion in case I have another visitor that needs extra cushioning. And then this is all my fluids. I am gonna pull into base camp and raise my bed about another 2 inches, so I'll be able to stand up all my liquids. And then I'm also gonna complete the floor, get rid of the carpet, and put the floor in, hardwood flooring in.
Very good. You've got a great van.
I'm glad you approve.
Really, really nice. Yeah. You got almost no money. How much was the van itself?
The van itself was $4,600.
Very expensive. You can't hardly buy a van for much less than that now.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, the previous owner was also a YouTuber, but she has since departed from the ways of van life. Wanted to see the van go to somebody who was out, that would take care of it. And well,
Here you are.
I lucked out.
You're the one.
Yep.
Well, Mike, thank you so much for sharing your home with us. You've done a fantastic job of being being a minimalist and
Thank you.
minimalist install and very low budget. It's just really an inspiration for a lot of people on a low budget.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So folks, if you got anything out of this video, like us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and we'll see you next time on the next video. See you then.